गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यो गुरुः स शिवः प्रोक्तः यः शिवः स गुरुः स्मृतः। विकल्पं यस्तु कुर्वीत स नरो गुरुतल्पगः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। प्लीज रिपीट। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि। Ratam vadishyami. Satyam vadishyami. Tanmamavatu. Tad vaktaramavatu. Avatu mam. Avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We were seeing yesterday that our problem is not because I don't have something. Our problem is because I have associated the situational absence into identity inadequacy. Something situation has not given around me. I have superimposed the situational absence into the I, and I have superimposed various kinds of lacunas in the I. If really the I was limited, then that limitation cannot go. There are only two possibilities. Either I is limited or I is not limited. If the I is limited by nature, its essential nature supposing is that I am finite, I am conditioned. So anything's nature cannot change. Then whatever you do, I will remain limited, I will feel conditioned, and I will be always sad. Please note this point. The sadness or the feeling of incompleteness or the feeling of I am deprived or the feeling of I lack a lot, this will be throughout as my essential nature is there. If it all is there. Now, if this is the essential nature which I have, then it is throughout day, throughout night, throughout life. Then you do anything, it won't change. This is one possibility. Another thing is, supposing I say it is limited, the question is it is limited by what? So you have to say because I am consciousness, so consciousness will be limited by something inert. And if you say consciousness is limited by inert, that means inert is now illuminating the consciousness, because the limited cannot be illuminating the limited. The one which knows something is always bigger than that. The light which is illuminating the book is bigger than the light. Light should pervade the room also. So you have to say that one who is limiting the consciousness is the inert world, and inert world is bigger than the consciousness. If you say inert world is bigger than the consciousness, then again the question will arise, who knows that world is bigger than consciousness? And if you say that I know it, then again the same problem will be there, that it should be pervading that bigger world. How the consciousness will be smaller than the world then? Now, with these arguments, as far as our simple logic is concerned, one thing is appearing, that I should not be having a limitation. Okay, I feel unhappy, I feel sad, that is my problem. That is my emotional problem. But when I think of the logic, whether it is Drishta Drishya Vivek, whether it is Avasthatraya Vivek, I find I should not be limited. I should not be small. Now, therefore, Vedanta says there is no real, don't do a real sadhana in knowing, because it is a sadhana of correcting the error. When the error in thinking is there, that is corrected by knowledge in thinking. And please note that knowledge in thinking will always be intellectual. Knowledge will never be something beyond intellect. So such words like we have to go beyond intellect and all these things, please keep it away for some time. Because problem is intellectual, so knowledge will be intellectual. Problem is not in the Atma. Problem is in the intellect, therefore knowledge will be intellectual. We had seen that. So if this is the case, then you heard about the Pramana yesterday. We had taken a lot of time in discussing about the 5 kind of Pramana. 6 kind of Pramana, including Shabda Pramana. That is called Laukik Shabda Pramana, worldly Shabda Pramana. Be very, very careful about Pramana. People take Pramana lightly. But Pramana founds the very foundation of the Upanishadic knowledge. Otherwise, you will have a sense of book on the Upanishads. Now, when I use the word Pramana, so first thing I had mentioned that what is Pramana? Very simplest definition is what is the specific means of knowing something is called Pramana. Pramayaha asadharan karanam Brahmanam. That we saw. And we saw that Pratyaksh Pramana was there, Anuman was there, Arthapatti was there, Upaman, Anuplabdhi was there, Upman was there. And then ultimately we had Laukik Shabda Pramana. So they are called conventional Pramana, Rudhi Pramana, commonly used Pramana. And you can hone your Pramana. What? Hone your Pramana? Put horns? No. Hone your Pramana. Hone means? Actually, make it more. Use and make it more effective. You can perfect your Pramana. You can enlarge your Pramana. I use the example of telescope or microscope. Science has only honed the Anuman and Arthapatti. Whole science is, and medical science is based on Arthapatti Pramana. Arthapatti Brahman is there. I'm not feeling hungry. I'm not feeling hungry. Now this is there. Now they will use Anuman Praman that if hunger is not there, there must be something which is obstructing the secretion of a particular kind of, enzymes in the system. Something stomach is not making, therefore you are not feeling hungry. Although stomach is empty, but empty stomach is not equal to hunger. Many things are there. It has tested the blood pressure is there. So blood pressure is tested, and supposing the blood pressure is high. Say it is 160 by maybe 110 or 115. So now, when the blood pressure is high, so that means the heart is under stress. That means heart is pushing lot of blood. It is pushing lot of blood into the system, and therefore there must be some cause that the capillaries must be shrinking, and therefore the heart has to put more pressure to press the blood into the system. Everywhere you see Anuman and Arthapatti they have used. Sometime time will permit, I will go more into this Pramana. There is more to it than what I had mentioned, but I want to come in the subject. We have not even entered into the first mantra. Now, after telling about the Pramana, there are 2-3 points which you should never forget about Pramana. Now, what is the conditions of something? First, what is the relation between Pramana and Ishwar? Please note, relation between Pramana and Ishwar. Pramana is a kind of Shakti. And therefore, the power of knowing, that through which the power of knowing expresses, is the Praman. Now, I had mentioned one thing, that all Praman are not human made, it is to be Ishwar made. Ishwar, I will say, manifested. Ishwar manifested Praman are there. Number 1 point. Number 2 point, that Praman are Anadi. It is not a starting point of a Praman. Moment any Praman starts, that means it will be human made. And human made Praman is subject to change. Subject to change. Something else can come and negate it. This is the second point about Praman. So Ishwar made Praman or Ishwar manifested Praman, and Praman are Anadi. And therefore, very important point, all knowledges belong to actually Ishwar if it is from Praman. Because Ishwar alone is the order in the Praman. There is no knowledge which belongs to Jiva. Because he is the one who has given you the Praman. Nobody made his own eyes. Nobody made his own nose. Nobody made his own ears. Nobody made his own skin. So knowledge which you get through all these Praman, actually all knowledge, whether it is Pratyaksh or Anuman or Arthapatti or Anuplabdhi, all knowledge is of the Ishwar. This is a very important point. You cannot claim my knowledge, because the instrument through which you got the knowledge was somebody else's knowledge is there. Ishwar will manifest Praman and Ishwar will unmanifest the Praman also. Ishwar alone will manifest Praman. Understand that. And therefore, in the womb, a classic example is, supposing in the womb of the mother, the baby is in a small form, which has not even developed to have sense organs. But in that particular zygote or particular, the womb which is this big, in that the eyes, ears, nose, the power of seeing, all powers are hidden. It is as the baby grows, that power of seeing manifests, power of hearing manifests, power of touching manifests, and therefore Praman in that baby was manifested in due time. It was already there, it was not manifest here. So, about Brahman and Ishwar, please understand that. This is very important point. So all the knowledges which science has or anybody you have, actually speaking, we are the trustee of the knowledge, not the holder of the knowledge. Knowledge you can hold for some time, it has been conferred upon you. You are not a maker of that knowledge. Because you are not a maker of the intellect also and the Praman also. This is also one point. These are the 3 points about Praman. Praman and Ishwar. Important point about that. Because little we know, we think, I know this, I know that. So this is what is there. And therefore, when Brahmaji is first born or created, Yo Brahmanam vidadati purvam, Ishwar gives the knowledge of the Vedas to Brahmaji. And every knowledge he gives to Brahmaji, which already he has. Now, another point is there, which I had touched yesterday but didn't elaborate, I think. What are the conditions through which you can call this is a Praman? First point was, what is the definition of Praman? Second point was, how many kinds of conventional Praman is there? And I had mentioned that there is something called Praman Tantra and Purush Tantra. Praman based knowledge where you are not free to say something. It is like fire is hot. You have no option to say. There is no will working, there is no mood working, there is no emotion working, there is no class working. Praman, you is totally emotionless and moodless. It is based on knowledge. So, Praman is not based upon Pramata. Praman's nature is that what it will reveal, what it is, it will reveal. And one more point about Praman is that what is by Praman will be for everybody. What knowledge is given by Praman will be sarvalaukik, sarvabhaumik, sarvadeshik. It is for whole world at all time, at all place. If I feel fire is hot, fire will be hot for African, Indian, American, Russian. It is not matter. What is I feel I'm very good, then it is not proved by any Praman. So what is proved by Praman is for all time, for all place. Understood, no? Because for other person, if he uses the same Praman, he will have the same knowledge as you had. 1 plus 1 is 2. It doesn't matter you are rich or poor, high class or low class. Anybody has used that Praman and he will get 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 only. So Praman is not Purush Tantra. It is not dependent on you. It is dependent on that particular object also only. So no will is involved. No desire is involved. No samskar is involved. No mental moods are involved. Ab now, as I said, this is a flower. But where do you use the flower? Their will is involved. Your mood is involved. Your sanskar is involved. Your, mindset is involved. So please get this point. Praman is an important topic. So this is also an important topic, that Praman is not for one person. It should be for everybody. Anybody uses the Praman, he should get the same knowledge. If you use something and it is different knowledge, then it is not a Praman, has not been used properly. Now another point is there. How I will call that this is a Praman? Not getting difficult, no? Is it okay? So there are 3-4 points. Point number 1. You can make notes on that. I want to make a book. First link the notes. But I have no Praman how to make it. No, it is Nirman Vibhag, not Praman Vibhag. First point is, any Praman should be anadhigatatvam. What is this? Anadhigatatvam. Not accessible to any other means of knowledge available to us. Such a long sentence is there. And I'll sing in one. I'm repeating it. Anadhigatatvam means that Praman is not accessible by any other Praman. Any other means of knowledge has no access to it. In that topic, only one Praman is there. Eyes are the Praman for form. Ears have no access to eyes. That my eyes are not working, so ear will now see. Because my eyes are tired, now ear will see. Ears are not working, therefore eyes will hear. Tongue is not able to taste because it got burned by the tea, and therefore now ear will taste. Each Praman has its own areas, and there is no access to any other Praman in that area. One Praman is not going to interfere with any other Praman. And only one Praman is there for any Prameya. For any area of knowledge, only one Praman should be there. Otherwise, big confusion will be there. This is called anadhigatatvam. This is point number 1. You are not going to miss it. You will never understand otherwise. Whether it is eyes or ears or nose or tongue, only one Praman is there. Final authority have to be one, otherwise you cannot work in any area. Sometime in mission or somewhere, there are many people for final authority. There is no decision taken. Everybody is waiting. One Praman should be there on this matter. Only he is the authority, let's do whatever is said now. So the ball should stop somewhere at least. Number 1 point. This is called anadhigatatvam. Second thing is about the Praman should be abaditam. Abaditam means that the knowledge should be non-negatable. If I say this is a flower, now after 5 minutes it should not appear as a car. Otherwise that knowledge is not taken. You are using wrong praman, as I always say. That many times I go to some kitchen or some bhiksha is there and very nice food, I saw very nice dish has come up. From the eyes, the dish was very tasty. I said, see, the vapor is coming and it is really very tasty dish is there. I concluded that dish is very tasty, so I took 4 or 5 spoons, many serving, and filled the whole bowl. But moment I tasted it, that was negated. That knowledge was negated, it is tasty. Why? It was using a wrong praman. For the taste, using a praman of eyes. Dhokha de de is praman. Eyes and nose both were in some conspiracy. Nose also said the fragrance is very good. Some spicy fragrance is there, and some nice aroma is there. It should be very tasty, but it was totally a flop show because this was negated by the tongue. But supposing I had taken the praman of the tongue, that is sour or sweet, it will not feel sour of sometimes sweet, sometimes it should be non-negatable. This is second point. See, you have to internalize it. I can only give you the hints about that. But it is very important, you will know it after some time. That is called anadigatatvam. Third thing is called asandigdham. There should be doubtlessness. Ye hai ki ye hai. It is blue or yellow. Then means your eyes are not okay. If it is blue, it will be blue only. If it is yellow, it is yellow. It should be no ambiguity in praman. Non-ambiguity in praman should be there. It should not be you have a doubtful knowledge. Doubtful knowledge is dangerous than having no knowledge. Better to have no knowledge rather than have doubtful knowledge. This is the third point in pramana. Anadigatatvam, abaditam, asandigdham. Next point. Arthbodhakatvam. It should reveal something. The pramana should reveal something. It is not prapakatvam. Dhyan deke sunna. Praman will not get you something. It will reveal something which is already existing. Reveal is a very good word. Like the torch light is revealing something in the room which is already there. Torch light is not going to make any object. It is arthbodhakatvam. It has to reveal something. If it doesn't reveal something, it is not a praman. Supposing I was worrying, but worry didn't reveal anything to me. So that worrying the mind was not a praman, those thoughts were not a praman then. Don't think, I'm very disturbed today. Because it did not create anything, didn't reveal anything right. Therefore, you are not in praman, you are in moods. Arthbodhakatvam. And last point is written, phalvatvam. There should be phalvat. There should be some fruit of the praman. 6 point or 5? So, phalvatvam, what is there? Eyes of, the fruit of having the eyes as praman is that you don't fall. Simple fruit is there. The fruit of having the skin as praman is you don't take anything very cold and very hot. And don't damage your skin and intestines inside. If supposing praman was not there, you will drink something very hot and intestines will get burned. The fruit of having the nose as praman is you can find out that food is worth eating or not eating, something is burning somewhere. आपका nose चला गया क्या? अभी है? हाँ? नहीं है nose? She does not have nose sense organ. कमाल है. तो आपको स्मेल मालूम ही नहीं पड़ती कुछ? हाँ? बीमारी है? अच्छा, लेकिन सपोजिंग फ्रेग्रेंट फ्लावर है तो आपको पता नहीं चलेगा हैं? क्या? अच्छा, डेड माउस इज देयर, आपको पता नहीं चलेगा? माय गॉड, ये तो कोई, अब देखो प्रमाण नहीं काम कर रहा है। उससे नुकसान हो जाता है। बिकॉज समटाइम फूड इज स्पॉइल्ड, यू ऑल मस्ट हैव एक्सपीरियंस समथिंग, your food has totally rotten or something, fungus has come in the bread or something, and you ate, immediately you will throw it out because it is now having the fungus. You'll spit it out, well, it has gone bad. Lekin agar if you don't have this praman, phalvattam will, praman is giving the phal. If ear praman is not there, you won't know. You cannot understand, no knowledge will take place. So if praman is there, phal has to be, praman should be giving a phal. So these are the 5 points about praman. Conditions for something should be praman. I am repeating it. One was anadhigatatvam, abadhitatvam, asandigdham, arthbodhakatvam and phalavatvam. Shall I say in English? Is it clear? Not accessible to any other praman. Number 1. Number 2, non-negatable. Number 3, non-ambiguous. Number 4, that it should reveal something. And number 5, it should give you some fruit. It should be of some use rather. It should be of some use, not fruit. It should be of some use. Now, with this background, you heard about the conventional 6 praman yesterday. And all this will fit into all these conditions are there with conventional pramana. Now I had mentioned that there are 3 areas called dharma dharma, Ishwar and Devta, and third area is knowledge of the self. Now because pap and punya cannot be known by pratyaksh pramana. I gave a charity of $1 million. Why do you give less? If you imagine, at least give so much. Now the punya has come out. Now it is not seen by the eyes. This is not known by any pratyaksh pramana. And please note, one is not known by pratyaksh, all pramana will be disqualified. Because all 5 pramana are based on pratyaksh pramana. Only 6 pramana. No, all 5 plus 1. Pratyaksh is 1 plus 5 pramana. Anuman, Arthapatya, etc. are based on, I said, Mool Praman is there, if you remember. Pratyaksh is the Mool Praman. So what is, now, Dharma is not known by Pratyaksh Praman. The problem is here. Now, which karma will create which fruit is not known by Pratyaksh Praman. Because what fruit is created, I don't know, I don't see what, I did an action of charity, I didn't know what fruit is created. I went to Badrinath, I did not know what fruit is created. I hit somebody, I didn't know what fruit is created. I had a bat, mosquito hitting bat. So, like that, it is electronic, one is there. One is electronic, one is there. I did like that, it got burnt. It got burnt like this. It got burnt. Mosquito. Or some are insect catchers also. So I killed many mosquitoes, I don't know what fruit is created. Oh, that also food is created. Of course. Of course it is created. One fruit is called chulli. Chulli is one fruit. One pap is called chulli. So Sanskrit word pap and English one sins, word sin are not synonymous. Pap is different, sin is different. Oh, what's different? Leave it. The pap and punya, and therefore it is called adrishtam. It is not, the fruit is not, please note, I am not saying adrishyam. Adrishtam it is called. Adrishtam means, dhyan dena, fruit is coming. Fruit is drishyam, but it is adrishtam. Which action has created what fruit, I don't know. And which action of mine is creating what fruit today? I also don't know. But Vedas know. So there is area. And why I don't know? Because I'm using conventional praman. I'm using the pratyaksh anuman ityadi. Number 1 point. Number 2 point, I don't have any knowledge of devatas or Indra devata, Agni devata, Ishwar. I don't have any knowledge what they are, because there is a big world. There must be some God. But what is God? I don't know. Please note, God cannot be known. You can have some kind of, what shall I say, some kind of anuman about God. But really about God, you cannot know by anuman praman. You can have inference that God must be there because everything nice is happening here. There must be law if there is a lawmaker. If things are going in a rhythm, in a law manner, in an orderly manner, there must be some lawmaker who is holding that. This is anuman. But exactly what is that Ishwar? That I don't know. This is again an area which is not known by conventional praman. And third is Atmagyan. Because Atma is not known by the sense organ. And therefore Atma is also collapsing. The praman are collapsing in the knowledge of the Atma. जैसे आत्मा दिखाइए, भगवान दिखाइए. अरे ये कहाँ से तुम बोल रहे हो? दिखाइए दिखाइए दिखाइए. Something can be shown only when it is very finite. Something can be shown when it is adrishyam. It is anything which is an object of the senses will always be dying thing. If I show you God, God will become very small. So we think whatever is seen is true. And this is a wrong vyapti. Don't say what is vyapti. Yesterday we saw vyapti. Okay. Just in vyapti, yes, we saw. We had discussed about vyapti in short. In Vedanta course, we had taken in much more detail vyapti and praman. 17, 18 classes were there on praman vichar only. So I am trying to summarize it in this. So if any praman is 3 areas where all the praman are collapsing. And this is the area where we have high level of interaction. Because constantly we are doing dharma, adharma. But I should know. Constantly you are in touch with Ishwar. Because he is constantly giving you fruit of action and getting happy and happy. And constantly you are knowing yourself as limited. And therefore, I need, as you need, then eyes, otherwise you will fall down. That is called sight was weak, therefore I fell down. Similarly, you should have praman so that I don't fall in adharma and dharma. You should have praman so that you don't fall in interacting with Ishwar. And you should have the knowledge, otherwise you will fall in knowing yourself. And that which 3 areas is covered by one praman, it is called Ved praman. Ab dhyan dena, I am using a new word, Ved praman. When I say Ved word, one old book appears which is obsolete, which is impractical, which is highly Sanskritized, non-accessible to me. And maybe ancient people I have seen in the television serials, they used to chant. It is far away. That is called, we don't think Ved is a praman. But Ved is a praman regarding all. Ved has 2 portions. One is called Karma Kand and Upasana, other is called Gyan Kand. Please note, don't think Ved is a book. Moment you say book, there has to be writer. It becomes Paurusheya. Now, if I say Ved is a praman for what? Ved is a praman for dharma and Ved is a praman for atma. In these 3 areas, Atindriya, Pratyakshen Anumityava. Sayan had written a bhashya on Ved. There is one shlok comes. Pratyakshen Anumityava. Yastu Payena Vindati. Enam Vidanti Vedena. Tasmad Vedasya Vedata. He says, what cannot be known by Pratyaksh and Anuman Praman? I hope you understand. What cannot be known by Pratyaksh Praman? Sensual Praman. Sensory means of knowledge. And by inference, etc. that is known by Ved Praman. Pratyakshen anumityava yastu payen vindate enam vidanti vedena tasmad vedasya vedata. The Vedas are the means of knowledge or praman for knowing Dharma, Ishwar and Atma. Because these three are there, but I don't know by the conventional means of knowledge. I hope this point is very, very clear. Now again I will put the conditions of praman now. Number one was anadhigatattvam. Now what is known by Ved should not be known by any other means of knowledge now. No entry for any other praman. So Vedas have said, please note, if Vedas are saying which you already know or you can also know, then it is called anuvad and not pramanavakya. Like I'll give you an example. Vedas will say, Amayantu brahmacharana swaha, Vimayantu brahmacharana swaha, Pramayantu brahmacharana swaha. Let brahmacharis come from all sides to study. Not any kind of brahmachari. Who are knowledgeable, Damayantu, who are self-controlled, Shamayantu, who are very quiet-minded. Such brahmachari should come. Now this is not a pramanavakya. Why? This is called anuvad. This anybody can pray. You don't need the knowledge of Vedas to pray this. Again I'll give you some sentence. Kushala na pramaditavyam. You should not be inadvertent regarding your body activities. You're taking food and medicine. This is not a pramana vakya. This is called anuvad vakya. Didn't get it? But what is pramana vakya? I'm telling of Purbhag, not the Uttar Bhag. I've yet to come to the main part. What is it? Agnihotram juhvita yavat jivet agnihotram juhyat. As long as you are living, you should do Agnihotra. This is a Pramana Vakya. Now, nowhere else, nobody else can say other than the Vedas. Acha, don't eat meat, etc. That is a Pramana Vakya now. That is Pramana. Or Sangachatvam Sambadadvam. You should marry like this. This is Pramana Vakya. Injunctions are there. There is no ambiguity there. Anadhika Tattvam is there, and time has changed, Swamiji. Time has changed. Don't you think 1,000 years back what they were, so eyes has changed. Will you see eyes has changed? Because time has changed. Regarding the dharma, the way to practice may be different, but that principle will not change because this is the dharma, it will not change. Human weakness has not changed. So this will be abaditam, anadhigatam, asandigdham. Fourth, arthabodhakatvam. It is revealing something. And therefore Gita also says, Bolo, tasmat shastram pramanam karya vyavasthito. By this, to know what is right and wrong, only the Shastra is praman. Okay. This is called arthabodhakatvam. And last was phalvatvam. Why? Vedas will said, ya evam veda. Who will do this? He will attain heaven. He will attain Swarga. Although Swarga and heaven are different. Yes, Swarga is heaven are different. Yes. Acha? Yes. But I think both are same. Their texture is different. The heaven word which is used in other religions is different than the Swarga word which is used. Acha, we'll see later on. Something you do exercise. So, phalvatvam. Phala iska. Like putreshti yajna is there. Putrishti yagna is mentioned in Vedas. That if you don't have a son, there is a yagna. You have to do that yagna. Few years back, one person in Trivandrum, Tanjore didn't have son. He was aged, then he did Putrishti yagna. Hardly anybody is there to conduct such yagnas. Problem is also there because the mantras and so much purity of yajman, mantras, place, desh, kal is not there now. So devatas are very, very touchy, they run away. The moment anything is not okay, they run away. They are not bhav pradhan only. They are very ritual pradhan. So he did it and he had a son. There is something called Varuna Yagya. It is not raining. So there is a Varun mantras are there. In that, there is a big tub is there. In tub, all the 15 priests will be there. And they will be seated inside the tub of water. Up to this. And then they will chant. This also happened few years back. Video is there. You can see on YouTube. And they were chanting and after few days only rain started. Which rain was not for years there. So don't get surprised. This is the phalvatvam. It is not that they are talking some, cock and bull story there. It is not a gossip. Heaven is not a gossip. Putrishti yagna is there. Dhan prapti yagna is there. Yash prapti yagna is there. It's like a big mall. The Purmimanas, the first part of the Vedas, is the big mall where a lot of supplies are there. Vedas are saying, I'll supply you son, wife, daughter, husband, health. And in that market list, big heavens are there. Which kind of heaven you want? Accordingly, I will supply to you. It's a big market mall is there. Vedas, one part of Vedas. So don't think it is, I don't know, therefore things are not existing. Or I don't believe because I have not seen it. Because you are not good in mathematics, doesn't mean mathematics doesn't exist. Because you don't know the mantras and you don't know the Vedas because of the Kali Yuga and because of the time which is there. So don't conclude such Vedas are obsolete and they don't have a power in them. They are praman. If we don't believe various things, and that is unfortunate part in which age we were living. Otherwise, how Draupadi will be born? Draupadi was born by Vedic mantras in Mahabharata from the Yajna Kund. Therefore, her name was Vajasani also. Drishtadumna was also born from the Yajna Kund. So, lot of Shaktis are there which we are not aware. Bhagwan Ram was born because of Shringi Rishi did Putrishti, Putra Kameshti Yajna. And Agni Devata came with a kheer in the hand. So, these Vedas are not new. Because if it will be new, it will not be Ishwari. Anything godly will not be new. It has to be Anadi. It has to be beginningless. There is no, Vedas cannot be edited. Nothing new can be added. Eyes cannot be edited. Eyes have the power of seeing. So Vedas are meant for praman in the area of dharma. In the area of devatas. There were a lot of devatas are invoked. Navagraha are there. Agni, there you Rig Veda starts with Agni Mide Purohitam. Because when a Jeev is coming on this earth, he had lot of prarabdha to cancel or to work. Therefore Vedas said, I will give you certain prayashchit also. Agmarshana mantras are there. The Varun Sukta is there. And supposing somebody has problem related to dialysis and all this, Mutra Nivaran Sukta is there in the Vedas. That how to control the dialysis problem also. You can read it if you have some. Because we live in darkness. We are scripturally blind. We don't have that praman in us. Therefore, we don't know that what is Vedas. And we feel that Vedas are something very obsolete or something which is outdated and not useful for me. It is not like that. Without using a praman, you cannot say that it is not useful for me. So this is one part of Vedas. ठीक है ना? Just one part. Vedas are not scientific. Glow. Scientific world is very catchy nowadays. Scientific, very scientific. Because science is based on conventional praman. When you say Vedas are scientific, it means it has to confine to Pratyaksh Pramanam. Vedas are not dealing with the conventional Praman. So it is not dealing with the Pratyaksh Praman, Anuman Praman. So you cannot prove the dharma by Pratyaksh Praman. Well, I did this action, therefore see this fruit has come. You cannot show it. You cannot show this dharma and the karma relation. Vedas can show, I cannot show that. I cannot tell about Ishwar. Because it is seen, therefore he is Ishwar. First thing in science is yad drishyam tas satyam. I will start working on something which is drishyam. Vedas is saying I am working on something which is adrishyam. So all the praman, conventional praman, they used in Vedas. You got it? Because conventional pramana is based on direct pratyaksh pramana, uman pramana. But this pramana is not where Vedas are not working on these areas which is known by these pramanas. Area of science is something, area of Vedas are something. So you cannot say it is scientific. So shall I say it is unscientific? No. It is neither scientific, neither it is unscientific. Then what it is? It is trans-scientific. Because if I say unscientific, you will feel it is illogical. If I say scientific, you will feel it is logical as pratyaksh praman. So I will use the word it is trans-scientific. It uses another kind of logic. It does not use the worldly logic and worldly praman. This is one thing about Vedanta. It is also called Shruti. Now, Vedas has two portions basically. I had said, one is called Karma Kand, other is called Gyan Kand. I hope you are understanding. Now, question is, how did anybody know the Vedas? Because this book which is in your hand, Taittiriya Upanishad, is a Ved only, a part of Vedas. That knowledge which Ishwar has, like, sometimes you say, this thought struck me. Struck means that it illumined me. It got revealed. In the cartoon, they put a bulb like this. Some idea comes, they put a bulb. That means that idea came to him. So similarly, you say this was revealed. This idea struck. So you will always agree there is something called conscience, and conscience does come in my heart that this is right, this is wrong. And if you practice very, very right things, more you will know what is right and wrong. At least at the thought level. If you don't practice, this power of knowing what is right and wrong is lost after some time. Then you will not be able to catch that power. Because that what is right, wrong is now murky area. But supposing you practice very hard. Supposing I say, somebody said, what is right? I said, you feel fast for one day. Do one thing, you fast. Can I take sabudana? No. If you start fasting, just have a water fast. A fast, only you can have water. And then ask to the God what was right and wrong. You will know much. Your thinking will be very clear at that time. Because you have spoiled this faculty of catching the right thing by doing wrong things. So for you it has become very regular thing. It has become as if my nature. A person is killing somebody. You wonder how does it. He has killed his daya bhag. He has killed his compassion. People say also, no, what kind, how he is behaving like an animal. He has killed his conscience. Now there were certain rishi word is used now. Rishi word has come from rish dhatu. Rish means jnanam. Rishati, pashyati, shravan mantran. He had heard. Shravan mantran. He has heard that mantras. Is called rishi. And therefore English translation of rishi is seer, not sage. Seer, not sage. He has heard mantras. When he has heard mantras, he knew it. And he revealed it to his shishyas. And same mantras were heard to another rishi. And this is how the Ved was revealed. And therefore the word for the Ved is Shruti. Shruti. I hope this is clear. So, but I don't, no word comes to me. And that rishi who heard, was it a male voice or female voice? Why didn't he record? Or is some mystic voice was there? Like, Om Bhur Bhuvasva. Like then they showing the Tum jahan se ja rahe ho, wo maar galat hai. तुम्हारा सत्यानाश हो जाएगा. वो देखता है some आकाशवाणी से. Is it like this? No, it is not like this. Many things are in creation. I always say this is a paperweight. Electromagnetic waves are hitting this paperweight. But there is no message because the machine is not there. That mobile and the SIM is not there. Don't think electromagnetic waves are not hitting here. It is hitting here. But if I bring mobile and the SIM here only, you can get connected immediately. Similarly, some people have equipment inside. They have made through their austerity and tapasya. They are called mantra drashta. Mantra drashtarah rishayah. Very important words are there. Acha. So therefore this knowledge is called, it has come from rishis. Arsh Vidya. This is the knowledge has come from rishis. Now I come to second part of Vedanta. Of Ved. It is called Vedant. Ant means sar, essence. At the end of a certain Brahman bhag, there is one bhag comes which tells about the self, which is not object of Pratyaksh Praman and company. About that, only Vedas are telling. Vedas are revealing that Atma's nature is what? And therefore Vedant is a Praman. Again come back. Anadigatatvam. It cannot be known by any other Praman. Abaditam. It is non-negatable in all times. Asandigdham. There is no ambiguity about it. Arthavatvam, it reveals the oneness of Atma and Brahman. And Phalvatvam, it gives moksha. This is Phalvatvam. All conditions of Praman are satisfied. Well, how do I know that the Praman is, really this is a Praman? Remember one point, Praman can be known only by applying. How do I know my glasses are okay? By putting on the glasses, you will see better. How do I know hearing aids are okay? You put the hearing aid and you will see that otherwise it is still not coming. Okay, I'm not able to listen properly with this hearing aid. You can make it out, my eyes are not okay nowadays. I don't see properly. In the night I can't see. Therefore I don't drive. You can make it out that I'm hard of hearing, I think. As I'm getting aged, I'm feeling that my hearing is not. Acha. So when you use the Praman called Vedanta, that Atma is of the nature of completeness and Chaitanya, Divyo Yamurta Purusha Sabhaya Bhyantaro Yaja, full of statements like that. It is Paschat Bhag. One is called Puru Bhag. Please note, this is not a big market here. It is not a mall market. Supply of various lokas is not there. Supply of various bhog is not there. Here only moksha is the product. Because for every knowledge, different people are qualified for different knowledges. Their adhikari was one who wants various bhog. Here adhikari is one who wants moksha. There the subject matter was the realm of experience or various joys. Here subject matter is Atma and Brahman. Dhyan dena. Their prayojan was high level of security for a long time. Here prayojan is freedom from all insecurity coming from ignorance. Last. Their sambandh with Vedas was sadhan sadhya. Here sambandh is bodhya bodhak. Their sadhan sadhya to do something. That was apara vidya and this is a para vidya. Yesterday's night, second talk, Raj Vidya, Raj Guhyam. This Vedant portion is dealing with another set, other adhikari. This is one another adhikari. Adhikar, Vishay, Prayojan, Sambandh. So their Sambandh is sadh. You have to learn something. You know that this Vedas is saying do this. After that you have to get the priest. You have to do Havan. You have to do the chanting. Then fruit will come after 20 or 100 years, 200 years. Here you know right now fruit comes. Here it is bodhak sambandh is there. Here Praman will not give fruit after some time. I hope they are understanding that. So this is a different areas totally. One is called Puru Bhag, other is called Uttar Bhag of Ved, called Vedanta. If you have understood it, do you have to understand that Vedanta is a Pramana. It is not a merely book. Book came much later. Book came much later, printing came later on. 1,000 years back, printing machine was not there. Bhoj Patras also came later on. There was a time there was no Bhoj Patras also were not used. They used to by heart the whole Vedas and it was transferred to the next generation. Whole Vedas? Thank God I was not born that time. I would have died. I can't by heart one mantra. Second chapter I by hearted, I forgot. And every day chanting was there. Just now in Varanasi, one boy was there. from Maharashtra. You can see that. क्या नाम था उसका? क्या नाम? देवव्रत नाम था शायद. 17-18-year-old boy. Not only he chanted Yajurved, whole Yajurved. There is a way of chanting also. You have to go back, again come forward. Flawless. With Uddat and Uddat. Not seeing by heart it. 15 days. No, 15 days. Few days. And then the Prime Minister also, wrote in his Instagram about him. 17-year-old boy. In this age also. I think he was doing this only. Therefore he could make that. ऐसे नहीं वेद, ये वेद है, बहुत बड़ी विद्या है. This is called Vedanta. So Vedanta, Upanishad क्या है? Vedanta का ही नाम Upanishad है. Upanishad word I'll see later on. But this is called, now it is called, one is called Paroksh Gyan, other is called Pratyaksh Gyan, third is called Aparoksh Gyan. Yesterday, whole thing was based on Pratyaksh Gyan. Today, Ved Purv Bhag is based on Paroksh Gyan. And Ved Ant Bhag is based on Aparoksh Gyan. Only what is Aparoksh, what is Pratyaksh? Don't worry, we'll see it tomorrow. Only yes, I'm tired, I am tired. Is there some mantra to take away tiredness? I'm tired and sleepy. I'm only two modes. I'm sleeping or sleepy. I'm not that alert and that bright all the time. Very rare moments are there in the day when I'm bright. And others don't understand. इतनी बातें हैं, क्या क्या बताएं. Now questions for today. Immediately you can understand. Please illustrate relation between Ishwar and Praman. Second question. Well, slowly, please go slowly. Please describe or illustrate the relation between Praman and Ishwar. 3 or 4 points you have to mention. Don't say something out of your own. Don't put your own genius there. What is said exactly, say that thing. Question number 2. What are the 5 conditions of Praman? For anything for Praman. Please describe each of them. Third point. Third question. Why Vedas are Praman? Why Vedas are considered Praman? Fourth point. Fourth point. Purva Bhag, prior portion of Vedas and posterior portion of Vedas. Posterior in bracket you can write Vedanta. How they are Praman? Please apply 5 conditions to describe. Fifth question. What is the difference between adhikari, qualified student? Second is Vishay, subject matter. Third is purpose. And fourth is relation of both parts of Vedas. Qualified student, subject matter, purpose and relation with the Vedas. Describe these with respect to both parts of Vedas. Adhikari of Purvbhag, Adhikari of Vedanta. Subject matter of Purvbhag, subject matter of Vedanta. Prayojan, purpose of Purvbhag, purpose of Vedanta. And what relation he has. All answer in short only. Don't write very long. This is just for your revision. Don't worry about that. You are writing nice notes. So it will come back in your mind. It will register back. So when you listen to Upanishad, you will have a lot of respect of now Vedas. So you will have pramana buddhi and surrender buddhi on the Upanishads. We will see more tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari